Good morning and welcome to Tea Time with Tanya, you early birds. Today is January 18th, 2023. It is Wednesday morning at 2:33 a.m. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's start today off with a blessing, shall we? Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us, the collective, a blessing for this Wednesday morning, a blessing just for us. We get a blessing woven in truth. Have the courage to speak your truth, and a heavy burden will be lifted. It is best that everyone involved know where they stand. The truth will set both you and others free. This is a blessing for all concerned, but most of all for you, dear one. Namaste. Okay, guys, this blessing is begging you, urging you to stand in your truth today. Let me read this one more time. Have the courage to speak your truth, and a heavy burden will be lifted. It is best that everyone involved know where they stand. The truth will set both you and others free. This is a blessing for all concerned, but most of all, for you, dear one. Namaste. All right, guys, I have some fantastic questions for today, but I need questions for Friday's live show. Come on, lots of stuff is going on, so you guys hit me with those questions that you want to know about. My first question is from Denny, and we are going to start off talking about old George Santos, and that ain't even his name, y'all. Denny would like to know, is George Santos mentally ill? Is he a schizophrenic? No, Denny. George Santos is not mentally ill. George Santos has been put in... I said it last week I said it. I said George Santos was paid by a Russian oligarch. It is going to come out that George Santos is paid. This is a professional con man. This, like I keep saying, this is the love child of the GOP. This is what they have been trying to create in the American population. This George Santos is exactly what they want, what they have been willing the GOP to evolve or devolve into. George Santos is the direct effect of that. This man is a professional con man. He is a liar. He will lie about anything. There is nothing that you could put any type of permanence on about this man. This is not schizophrenia. This is not mental illness. This is the GOP. This is doing anything to get your end result. And these people have signed. They are all in on this. This George Santos is part of the cult of 45. This is the base that I keep warning everybody about. These are the people who will pick up arms and go to war for old Donnie Boy. Don't care about truth at all. Will live their entire life in shadow. These creatures, and I have to call him what he is. This is not a human being. This is a creature. This is a self-serving worm. This man will do anything he can to get the end result that he wants. And you see that the GOP does not care about truth at all. They have put him on at least 3 committees. This lying, treasonous piece of garbage has been seated on committees. Don't listen to a word the GOP says. Pay attention to what they do, and it will show you everything you need to know about them. They are in bed with George Santos. George Santos is in bed with them. They are one and the same. There is no degree of separation. George Santos is the face of the GOP. George Santos is the GOP. Everything that you see is what the whole entirety is. There is no decency there. None. And you will not see it. And everything that happens going forward from here, the GOP is going to deserve all of it. Like I said, George Santos is going to be removed. He will be removed from the Congress, but not before he gets to vote on some very important legislation. The GOP does not care. The GOP is a den of thieves. It's a den of snakes. It's tramps and thieves. Okay? Know who you're dealing with. Always know who your enemy is. And the face of the enemy is the entirety of the GOP or the GQP, whatever you want to call them. Because as long as you're standing up for wrong, there's no way that you could ever call yourself right. Okay? And that's what they want to call themselves, the right. And they are in the wrong. Okay, I'm going to get off of that. My next question is from, and I hope I'm saying your name right, Ian Ferry. Will we ever get a handle on gerrymandering? And this is important. This is why we lost Georgia. Georgia's election, Stacey Abrams' election, was lost entirely due to gerrymandering. She did not lose because she didn't have the votes. She lost because Georgia changed all the voting routes to ensure that she could not get enough Democratic votes out of cities where there is an abundance of Democrats. But they gerrymandered, changed the lines, changed the districts so much to ensure. And guys, this is still happening. No Democrat will win Georgia until somebody goes in there and busts up all the gerrymandering that has been done. Georgia has perfected its gerrymandering. The reason that Stacey Abrams lost is because all the lines, there was no path to success in Georgia to the governor's office, and there will never be until someone steps in and busts up that whole thing. The fact that we still have the seats that we have is a miracle, and it's an attestament that a lot of Republicans crossed the line and voted for Democrats. And people must understand that. Okay? Ian, so you want to know, will we ever get a handle on gerrymandering so that rural areas are not running the cities? And that, because this is a huge power grab by legislatures. This is a way to ensure that the Republicans never lose power. But let's ask Carol, will the United States ever get a handle on gerrymandering? Will we outlaw it, make it illegal? Will there be justice ever in America? First card. Yes. Second card. Look at this. Oh my goodness. We get yes, the biggest yes, and then the death of something. And this, guys, this death, here's the answer. Yes, this gerrymandering will eventually someday change. In the near future, right away, probably not. But the old system has got to die. It has to be destroyed, passed away. And that's what this second card is. So here we go. Here's our answers. Yes, once the old system is torn down, and this is going to be an effort of us standing together and saying, no, you're not going to disenfranchise half of the population so that you can keep power. All right? So, Ian, yes, at some point, America will stop and will kill this old system of gerrymandering this racism, because that's exactly what it is. This is white supremacy at its best, to ensure that the Republicans keep power in certain areas. The system has got to be torn down. So there's your answer. This next question is a great question. This next question is from Shey Shey. And Shey Shey would like to know, are animals supposed to live and thrive on their own? Are they supposed to be outdoors in nature, living and thriving on their own? And did we as humans harm animals by crossbreeding them, domesticating them, and bringing them indoors? And guys, I love my little dog more than life itself. And you know what? And I have thought about this, and I believe this to my core. Where we are now and where we're supposed to be. Now, the dog and the cat, and I'm going to put these, even large cats in antiquity, lived alongside some humans and were domesticated. Dogs all over the world, the original dogs, and the dogs are different in each area. And those dogs lived alongside humans. They were a wolf breed. Wolves lived alongside people. Wolves did the same thing that dogs do now, lived alongside people. Where we as people, I think where we went wrong is when we started inbreeding animals, designing animals, taking their natural instincts away from them so that we could design something that is appealing to our senses. I think where we went wrong is when we started playing God with animals' DNA, okay? And I'm not gonna say anything about anyone who chooses to keep a pet. The only thing that I ask, that I hope for anyone who keeps a pet, is that you consider the way that you treat your pet, and that you put yourself in your pet's shoes, and how you treat your pet. If the roles were reversed, would you be happy being your pet? That's what I challenge people to think about. If you keep animals, if you keep pets, ask yourself that question. If you were your animal, would you be happy or not? Is your animal locked up in a cage, locked up 12 or 13 hours a day while you're out of the house? Can't go to the bathroom, can't move around? How would you exist in that situation? Would you be happy? I challenge people just that. Because keeping something that's alive, keeping something that is a sentient being, as long as both parties are in agreement, that's what I'm saying. Is one captive? Is one hostage? Ask yourself those questions. And then how you treat that animal. If the roles were reversed, would you be happy if you were your pet? All right? So, I'll leave that right there, Shey Shey. The animals were put here to be animals, okay? Animals weren't put here to be put in zoos for people to come and ogle, to be forced to do anything. Zoos, I feel, are horrible because the things that we do to animals, if karma is real, then we are setting that up to be done to ourselves. That another species that is bigger than us or more dominant than we are can take us and put us into captivity. So that is an excellent question. So I'm not going to disparage anyone who has pets, because I have a pet myself. I challenge everyone to just think of it this way, to consider this. If you keep animals as pets, as pets, If the animal was the human and you were the animal, would you be happy being your own animal? Food for thought, guys. Food for thought. All right. My next question is from Renee Pryor. And Renee wants to know about the world weather for January. But before I start on the world weather, guys, if you like this content, give me a thumbs up for the algorithm so that this content can be seen. Also, if you like Tea Time with Tanya, consider subscribing and hit the bell notification so that you will never miss an upload. And share. Sharing is caring. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right. The world weather for January. Again, change is the word of the day. All of this atmospheric flood, this atmospheric river that is overhead, that is hitting us from the west coast, she is not done yet. We still have earth movement that is going on, some very, very strong, deep earthquakes that are happening in Indonesia again. All right? All of this energy is going to be moving around the globe again. Expect I'm going to do January and through the middle of February for the entire world. What we need to be looking out for going forward from here. There are still going to be more storms coming off of this atmospheric river coming out of California. With the ground inundated with water, there will be more flooding. Understand this. This is not something that anybody is going to be able to stop. This is water. Water has to have somewhere to collect. And until it gets to that point, it will cause flooding. There is going to be massive loss in California. I just have to say that. And guys, I think I'll read on this later to see if this is man-made or not, if we have people playing with the weather. But I'll save that for another broadcast. I got another ghost behind me. I don't know if y'all could see it. It walked past and now it's playing with that candle over there. All right. Europe, England, France, Italy. Prepare again. This water that has left the United States is coming to you. You will get a heavy dose of it. Prepare for flooding, especially in areas that are at or below sea level. There will be massive flooding. There are also, and I have to throw the earthquakes in because this is part of it. Earthquakes are a part of our weather. Expect there to be an uptick in 4s and 5 earthquakes. Again, we are going to be playing tag with solar flares. So these solar flares, and this is for the next like 15, 20 days, guys. We're going to have massive areas of the sun that are covered with active zones for X and M solar flares. This is going to wreak havoc. Even we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, but these solar flares is going to make it feel like we're right back in it. We will have crashes of electronics. Prepare for it. Your internet just may not work, okay? Your phone just might not work. This is solar flares. This is focused, targeted energy. This can have a direct effect on earthquakes happening. Strong solar flares can cause strong earthquakes. Strong earthquakes can cause tsunamis. Okay? So this is just between now and the middle of February. We're going to be dealing with these solar anomalies. Australia is also going to be dealing with earthquakes and you guys are a whole season different than us. So we're in winter. You're coming to the end of summer, going into fall. Your weather is going to start changing as well. So expect there to be much more rain. Again, flooding is going to be the word for everybody. Pay attention to your local weather authorities and respond accordingly. The savannas and plains in Australia are subject to flash flooding. So if you are there, just be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. This water is moving around the globe, y'all. Okay. South America. South America. I guess if anybody was wondering where a wonderful place to go, would probably be over to Belize about right now. The inner corridor there is where the most calm is. Gulf of Mexico, and on the inner arm of South America. So that's where your best weather is going to be. All the coastal areas are going to be experiencing high tides, extremely high tides, because of the amount of water that is just we're being inundated with. So localized beach flooding, high tides that erode beaches, and lots of water is what the whole world can expect now through the middle of February. Earthquakes and risks of tsunamis because of solar flares. Okay, there you go. There's your weather for the end of January into the middle of February. Okay, my next question. This is from JL. JL brought to my attention a story. This is all the way back from World War II, guys. 2 black soldiers were killed in France by their supervising officers for talking to a white French Red Cross worker, for speaking. They were shot in the back, murdered. The soldier that shot, the soldiers that shot these men remained unnamed, were given a complete pardon. The widow of one of the men killed did not receive military benefits. These were black soldiers killed by white soldiers for the crime of talking to a white woman, not touching her, not accosting her, for simply saying hello. These 2 men were murdered in the military. The military covered it up, never charged these 2 white soldiers for killing these 2 men, never charged the supervising officers for these 2 men's death. In turn, told the widow that had this man listened to his commanding officer, he would not have been killed. Victim blamed him, and then did not give his widow the surviving benefits. This is the United States military, y'all. Racism in the military. Don't get it twisted. World War II. This was in the 1900s, not in the doggone 1800s. This 1942. Some of y'all still alive. All right? The crime. Being black. Talking to somebody that was not black. And then the military covered it up. Showed that black lives don't matter. If you don't do as you told, boy, I'm going to shoot you in the back. He was shot in the back. And now the widow is trying to fight just to get, well, the widow's dead. The survivor is the daughter. that is trying to get the benefits that they are due for a murder that happened in the military by commanding officers who refused to bring justice because the victim was black. So for all of y'all who want to sit there and tell me, oh, I'm wrong, the United States is not a racist institution. The military treated all of its soldiers like soldiers. You a lie. Because this is not even an isolated event. Know your history, number one. Know what this country was built on. Know how they have treated the same people who they wanted to help them get out of 2 wars. Who won World War II for the United States? What regiment of black soldiers set the trap for the Nazis that ended the war and came home to be called a nigger? I said it because it's true. This is every time the United States wants the black man to stand up and fight for this country that wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. So, now that I've gotten all worked up, I guess the question is, will the widow ever receive the pension that is due her for her husband's murder at the hands of his supervisors, United States military personnel? Will the survivor Will the widow's daughter receive her father's death benefits from his murder at the hands of the United States military? Yes. But it's going to be after a whole lot of tears. Here's the answer, guys. Yes. And the records will be changed to where they will be honorably mentioned, not dishonorably. They killed these men and then they destroyed their name. They killed these men and destroyed their name by giving them less than honorable mentions on their death certificates. That's our United States military, y'all. You think it's changed? Do you think it's changed? Know where we are. JL has a second question. What is up with the New York District Attorney IIyn Bragg? First, he refused to prosecute 45 for all the crimes that we knew he did. Just walked away from a set indictment. 45 could have been in jail. We could have been done with this. We have IIyn Bragg to thank for that. And now he wants to go after the hush money of Stormy Daniels again. IIyn Bragg is playing games. I told y'all. IIyn Bragg is bought and paid for, was bought and paid for before he took office. For entertainment purposes only, y'all, because I don't want to get sued by nobody. That man is bought and paid for. That's the reason why he let Trump skip on all those charges, all that work that had been done. It could have been a slam dunk. He let it go. And now he's trying to save his own bacon. The only reason that he is revisiting this is because now he's got some splaining to do. He has got to explain how he came into some money, how some of his bills got paid off. Don't matter that he's a black man. Money and corruption don't matter. Look, these people will sell their own mama down the river if the price is right. These soulless cretins don't care. Just because somebody's skin tone is black or brown don't mean that they're for the black or brown person. Okay? You can't put everybody in one boat. Just like you can't put all the GOP in one boat. You keep telling us, oh, you can't call us all racist. That glove fits on both hands. It goes both ways. Okay? Allen Bragg is for himself. Allen Bragg is working for an oligarch. Allen Bragg has been paid off. His debt got cleared so that he would do the work of those in charge and not bring charges. So he's going to waste some more money about this hush money payment. If anything comes out of it, I'll be surprised. He's trying to save his bacon. He's trying to do something to show that he's doing the job that he was put in there to do. Distraction. Allen Bragg is bought and paid for. He works for the Kremlin. Period. All right? There you go, JL. So, all this stuff about Stormy Daniels, hush money, and all of this, he's just going to drag his feet again. Ain't nothing going to happen. Ain't nothing going to happen. He is just trying to save his own bacon by revisiting something that should have already put 45 in jail. My next question is from Genealogy Junkie. Genealogy Junkie would like to know, is Disney planning on opening a theme park in Nevada? Is Disney planning on opening a theme park in Nevada? Here we go. Universe, Creator, Spirit Guides. Is Disney gonna... I don't know how. We supposedly ain't got no water in Lake Mead. I don't know how we gonna support a whole Disneyland. Is Disney considering building a theme park in Nevada? Here we go. Oh my goodness. Yes. Let me pull all of them, guys. Let me pull. We got a couple of yeses here. And guys, I think this is going to have to do with, there's another yes. What's going on in California. We got a lot of yeses, but we also got the Ten of Swords and Death. So guys, they may be very well be planning on extending, moving, growing Disney. They may very well be looking for places to put a new theme park. But they are going to run into some issues, all right? Because we've got death and we've got death. We got the Ten of Swords and we've got the Death card. Both of these are an ant, okay? So, I can read this one or two ways, that they are going to be very ambitious in trying to find another location. If it is here in Nevada, maybe this could be it, that they may push for it, but it may not go through because of the water. And I say that because look at here. We got a dead lake, and there's water. There's a whole lake behind this. So, I mean, tarot, if you look at your cards, as you're learning how to read your cards, if you're uncertain, look at the card. Just look real close at the card and then apply it to your question. We're talking about Disneyland in a desert, that there is a water shortage. And here in the card, we have water and death and a dead man. So, Genealogy Junkie, I'm going to say yes. Disney is considering building here in Nevada, but it may not come to fruition because of the water issue. Okay? Unless something happens with Lake Mead to where they miraculously undo 50 years of water erosion. Yeah, we're going to talk about this atmospheric river. Not today, but we're going to talk about it. Okay, so there we go. Yes, Genealogy Junkie. Disney may be planning on building a theme park here in Nevada, but it may not come to fruition because of the water issue. My next question from Genealogy Junkie. Will Rudy, will Rudy and Don Jr. go to rehab for their substance abuse issues? Will Rudy and Don Jr. go to rehab, be sent to rehab instead of jail? Here we go. Will Rudy and Don Jr. be sent to rehab instead of to jail? Here we go. Got the Wheel of Fortune. And looking at loss. And the devil. Nope. And, we got a yes too. Hold on. Let me put everything together. This is a whole mixed bag. There's a whole story here. All right, I'm just going to read it like Tarot gave it. First card, 5 of Cups, looking at loss. Don Jr., Rudy Giuliani, facing the court, facing their losses when it comes time for them to face their piper, to pay the piper. Both of them are going to be fighting. I don't have a problem. This is not a problem. This is, they're going to be fighting the whole thing. I don't have to go to jail. I didn't do anything wrong, even though all the evidence is going to be against them. Here we got the Wheel of Fortune. This is their karma. Karma is coming. But then in the near future, we've got the Devil, force, fatality, and ruin. Okay? The question is, will they go to rehab? So what I am feeling, what these cards are showing me, is that they are going to be fighting against any type of anything going anywhere. They are going to fight tooth and nail. Basically, they're going to try to fight just to get, let's just call it a wash. We're not going to do anything. Everybody just gets to walk away. But in the end, this is going to be part of their punishment. And guys, however you want to look at it, going to rehab is not going to prison. Here's your answer. Yes. Going to rehab is not going to prison. Going to rehab is like a vacation from prison. You get good food. You get education. You get counseling. You get mental health care. That's what going to a mental institution gets you. Going to rehab gets you. Gets you lots of help. You come out a very stronger person. But that is not a place where you're going to receive justice. So, guys, here it is. There it is. There's your answer. When these rich muckety mucks finally get brought to justice, Rudy and Don Jr. specifically, before either of them sees the inside of a prison, they'll live nice and cushy for at least 180 days at some type of a rehab facility. They will have, and it will be put as time served for their jail sentences. The dual arm of justice will strike again, and you will see how the rich are treated compared to everybody else. Yes, Don Jr. and old Rudy will be given rehab before they go to jail. They will get treated with kid gloves and separatism, good food and good music and dancing while they deal with their substance abuse problems before they have to pay for their crimes against the United States of America. All right, there you go. Next question from Genealogy Junkie. Antarctica's Doomsday Glacier, which is named the Thwaite. What is the future of this glacier? Now, this glacier, they are warning, if this one melts, this is the one that can seriously raise the sea levels. Are we in danger of the Thwaite Glacier? I will just ask it like that. Is the world in danger of the Thwaite Glacier? Will the sea levels continue? Will the sea levels rise? Will the Thwaite Glacier live up to its name, the Doomsday Glacier? Are we in danger of the Thwaite Glacier? Yep. There's our answer, guys. All this rain, the warming of the planet, rain melts snow. I'll pull 4. Yep. Yep, look at. Here we go. This is something that we're going to have to be concerned about. Again, we can't do nothing about it. It's a glacier. This is nature. But yes, this glacier is going to be a problem. Okay? So we've got the Sun and the 3 of Cups, which are both yeses. And here's our trouble cards. We've got the 9 of Wands. This is the weariness from this. And we've got the 8 of Cups, the walking away. We're keep an eye on the Thwaite Glacier, guys. Nothing that we can do about it, but know that is going to be a danger. Okay, San Diego is paying outrageous energy bills. $600 to $950 a month on electricity bills. And PG&E, I'm sorry guys, I feel for you people in California. You are being held hostage. This is what happens when they allow things that should be governmentally run to be privatized. And the whole world, everybody, well, not the whole world, everybody in America needs to be looking at what PG&E is doing to California and use this as a cautionary tale. Some people are paying outrageous amounts of money for a power grid that is sketchy at best. A power grid that is starting wildfires in California, that there is no oversight on, that there is no reliability, and these people pay the most out of everybody in the entire United States. You're being held hostage and you are being raked over the coals. What is the reason for San Diego's outrageous power bills, energy bills? What is the reason? Lack of oversight. Again, guys, and then I have to put the cards down because this is what happens. Again, this is privatization. And guys, I have to say this is going to be the same thing that is going to happen in Texas. This is another enormous power grid that they have privatized, and the privatization is not up to the challenge. Subpar contractors who do not care about anything but the money. Unsafe just practices, because this is about money. Again, this is not about the safety. This is not about providing a safe source. This is about who can make the most money. There's dumps of energy, dangerous things that are going on. Be aware. This is what happens. This is the failure of privatization, and the people are the victim. The people are the victim. This is big business exacting tyranny over people who need that product to survive. This is why we can't privatize everything, y'all. That's what they want to do to Social Security. Can you imagine if this was your Social Security check every month? At the whim of something, at the whim of a market? Or if the weather is bad, you're not going to get delivered to? Okay? All of this, everything that is going on is urging us. It's urging us to come together. It's urging us to put our voices together, to put our energy together, to determine how we are going to live. Who is going to be in control of our destiny? Is it us, or are we going to give that power away? Are we going to keep conceding and saying, no, we are not smart enough to take care of ourselves, so we are going to let you just abuse us and give you all of our power? Guys, we have got to realize that as long as we are giving our power away, we are subject to the whims of those companies. All right. My next question is from Must Be Heard. And this is a serious one, again, for California. Because hundreds of thousands of people's houses are completely unlivable now. People's businesses are gone because you can't put water and electricity together. You cut the power and you have water damage, turns into mold. Vermin, critters get into spaces. Foundations crumble. This storm, if you want to compare what's going on in California, guys, we've never seen anything like this in our lifetime. We've never seen anything like this. This is almost comparable to the beginnings of Noah's flood, if you want to look at it. You want to say how that happened with Noah? Now you're seeing how a worldwide flood could happen. Okay? And I keep seeing this dancing light just going behind me. I'm wondering if you guys can see this. But Must Be Heard's question is, will the insurance companies start denying people's claims in California? Will the insurance companies further harm the victims of this? And so many people who tried to get flood insurance, who were told that they don't live in a floodplain and were unable to purchase flood insurance, and their houses are flooded. And what is it going to be called? An act of God. There it is. There's the answer. I don't even have to pull one card. Must be heard, the insurance companies are going to screw a whole lot of people and call this an act of God. Therefore, nobody can prepare for it, even though you pay for insurance because there might be an act of God. So yes, must be heard, the insurance companies are going to deny a whole bunch of claims. They are going to re-victimize a whole bunch of people. Yes, they are. Last question. Is the drought in California over because of this water? No. No. It's eased. It is eased. This water came in very fast. Groundhog's Day. Summer's coming early. This summer is going to be one of the hottest summers we have ever lived through. A lot of this water that we have now, we won't have by July. Okay? The groundhog is going to say, summer's coming early. Spring is coming early. And it's going to be a doozy. Prepare. Prepare. Because the same issues that are going to plague the winter are going to plague the summer. If you have not got your backup battery power yet, start saving up to get it. Start saving up to get it, because the summertime when it comes, that's when you're going to need it. When the power grids are overwhelmed and everybody's trying to get cool. Have a way for you to be able to keep a fan on. Start saving now to invest in a power pack that can help you, because this summer is going to be trying for all of us. This year, 2023, is going to be unprecedented. Okay? And that's all I've got to say. Again, I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm trying to prepare y'all. It's going to get rough. This year is going to get rough. Okay? It's already rough. It's going to get rougher. And when the heat comes, it's going to be nasty. Prepare. Okay? Prepare. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Again, if you have questions that you want answers to, please drop them in the comment section below this video. Also, like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, guys. If you like this content, please consider, just hit that thumbs up for me. And if you like it here, subscribe. Become part of my family. I love you. I love you. I love you. I have openings for readings, $25 for peace of mind, guys. I do readings on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So, $25 for peace of mind, $15 for a good luck or a money draw or a protection sachet. Whatever you need, I can provide you. And it is not expensive. Guys, peace of mind on a dime. I love you. I love you. I love you. Happy Wednesday, you early birds. Namaste. Bye-bye.